Hi there. Welcome to my very first vlog. I ummed and ahed a lot about how to do an introduction, like an introductory vlog. But then I came up with the corny line that introductions are for strangers. So I'm going to skip it entirely, at least for now. I'm just enjoying the outdoors out near Eltham Library. There's a railway line right there, there's a park, there's a bushland. It's really nice, and I ummed and ahed again about different topics I could talk about that were scratching at my mind or close to my heart, and I think, I need to stop talking about it and just do it. And so I thought I'd talk about something that had just come up, and I didn't even think of it in relation to vlogging or anything I wanted to share, really. But the concept of, I think it's called like recontextualizing, reconstructing, adjusting. I forget the term now, so that makes this vlog nice and professional. But basically, the idea is, particularly with the pertinent example of anxiety and excitement, it's used in cognitive psychology, but anxiety and excitement are both physiologically very similar, how they express themselves in your body. Elevated like, rapid breathing, rapid heartbeats, inability to stay still, sweating, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. But using this tool, basically telling yourself when you're feeling anxiety, here comes the train now, telling yourself when you're feeling anxiety that you're actually just feeling excitement can be very helpful and actually trick you into experiencing excitement over anxiety. And I'm sure the opposite would also be true, but obviously, yes, less useful for people. This tool was brought to my attention by a book I read called Powerful by a writer named Macy Hill, which is all about nervous system regulation. It was a really good book. It's a really good book. I've yet to finish it. But she talks about another example of this, where indecision and having lots of choices available and feeling the pressure to make a decision, you can reframe this question as, I have so many options, lucky me, rather than, oh no, I have so many decisions I have to make. You can say, oh, I have so much agency, I have so much control. And the way that CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, basically works is, that this will actually impact your outlook. Cognitive behavioral therapy, from what I understand, has like its fair share of critics and criticisms, many of which I'm sure are very valid. But it does actually work. It's, fake it till you make it does work. I'm not saying it always works, and I'm not saying it will get rid of your problems per se, but I can't zoom on the rear camera, but there's a bird in the tree behind me. But in my own experience, it's been really useful for a myriad of things. Reframing anxiety is a huge thing, because I was talking with a friend about it, and they're like, well, I'd rather be always excited than always anxious. And I'm like, shit, yeah, if I could reframe my anxiety as excitement, I would definitely be excited a huge portion of my time, because as it stands, I'm currently anxious a huge portion of my time. That's basically all I had to share. I don't really want this to be like a self-help vlog. I don't really want to create like a psychobabble self-help space. I'm not really about that. Though obviously, like I do read these things, and I do try to like, I am about self-help and psychology and things, but I'm not really trying to create that genre of content as a rule. I'm thinking of like just anything that really piques my interest. I'd like to just sit down and talk to you guys about it. Really talking to myself. If no one watches it, that's fine. If people watch it, that's nice. I don't really expect much to come from this other than the fact that I'm making something. Even if it's really low effort and really shit, I'm making something. And the idea is that going from making nothing to making something good is a lot harder than going from making something mediocre to making something good. Like, making nothing is you're at zero. And I'm like, I want to make films. A film idea I've been working on for a little while, and I'm like, I'd like to get that moving. 2026 coming right up. It's November now, November 2025 that I'm filming, and I'd really like to get this film made. And I think one of the best ways to do that would be to be already just filming shit, even if it's on my fucking iPhone. My friend, one of my friends has offered me the use of their camera. I'm on the third draft of the script at the moment. I probably want to have 4 or 5 drafts, probably. Very short film, very simple, but going from not making anything to making a film again after having not made a film since before lockdown, before COVID, it's quite a daunting idea in my mind. I've not done anything behind the camera or in front of the camera since before lockdown. I've just been writing. And so the idea is being like, okay, I'm in front of the camera and I'm behind the camera now. I'm making something, and I'm going to hopefully put this out there. And then the idea is that once it's out there, my anxiety, again, dealing with anxiety, my anxiety is about creating content and putting it out there for judgment, will be somewhat lessened. So if I can put something out there in a form that's like really, as I've said, I'm repeating myself now, but if I put it out there in a form that's like really unpolished and shit, and I'm like, whatever, then when I put something out, hopefully when I put something out there that I've put more work into, I won't feel this anxiety. I'll be like, okay, well, people have seen you, they've seen your ass. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people think, as long as it's something for them to watch and maybe enjoy. And that's all that this creative process is about at this stage anyway. I think I'm pretty well informed about art and the arts, but I think in terms of creating stuff, I'm really just a chump, and that I need to embrace my chumpiness rather than having an aversion to it. I have this aversion to it, and this idea that I need to be competent on all levels before I start anything. And it's just like perfectionism, and it's an excuse for inaction, really. And I think I have this air about me where I want people to think that I'm really informed about art and really informed about the arts and film and all these things, which it's one of my obsessions. So obviously I do know a lot of shit, but the idea that I would make a film and it would be shit, would see it and see that it's shit, I think is quite untenable to me. And so I need to really just sort of peel away the layers of ego and insecurity and be like, make shit, make something shit, write something shit, make something shit. Writing something shit's been fine. I've been a lot better at writing shit, but no one sees it. So now making something shit, that's harder, and it's a level that I'm struggling with and uncomfortable with, but I have to go for it. We're 9 minutes in, let's just go for 10 minutes for monetization, because my goal is to just not do anything and make a lot of money. That's one of my goals in life. My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you watched all of this, if you did, I hope you put it on 1.5 speed and you played it in the background while you had something open in another tab, because otherwise you're going to be bored out of your fucking mind. And yeah, this is my first one, so hopefully the vlogs get more interesting. Also, shout out Eltham Library and the little park next to it, so beautiful. And yeah, thank you for watching. Sayonara.